So have you had sex with anyone famous?
I have, yeah. Benjamin Mendy, Manchester City football player. It's Riyad Mahrez's Eid party. He grabbed me, took me into Mahrez's toilet, started fucking me. I was bent over the sink like, yeah, fucking do me.
And then afterwards he was filming.
Yeah, he was FaceTiming all his friends while he was fucking me up the arse.
Have you ever done scat?
I have indeed. I've been paid $2,500 to shit in like a sealed Tupperware, take it to the post office, send it to the guy, and then he FaceTimed me and I had to watch him eat it. This guy comes up behind me. He was like, if you want some real money, come to my apartment. So I turned up and he's like, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't even want to touch you. I just want to watch black guys fuck you and I want you to fart on me. And on his face too.
Do you think she's attractive?
Very attractive. Wasting it. You could be an actress, a model.
I am an actress.
Really?
I've been fucked by 9 guys before.
It's impossible, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's like a gangbang scenario where they're all taking turns on you.
Welcome back to the Reality Check. My name's Josh Spooner, host on the podcast alongside Shwan Maroof.
Hello.
You might be wondering, why is there a different seating arrangement this time? It's because today we've got something special. We are joined by Ali Rose.
Hello.
And Shwan's father, Sabu. Sabah.
Sabu.
Sabah.
Have that.
Sabah, the one and only.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Is there
My
any
name is
introduction
Sabah.
needed?
Schwan's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I said. Yeah, that sounds good. Ali Rose,
Hello.
what is it you do?
I am a porn star and OnlyFans creator.
That it?
Yeah, that's
Nice.
it. I haven't got many other job titles than that, I'm afraid.
What kind of content do you do?
Everything. So obviously I do mainstream porn, but on my OnlyFans I get to be a bit more creative, do my own kind of thing.
Like what? Describe some of your things you do.
So I get a lot of requests for like public porn. So like in the back of a cab, in the back of an Uber, or let's say in like an elevator or something.
What, on OnlyFans?
Well, yeah, you got to be careful though.
How do you not get banned?
That's what I mean. You got to be careful. I'm on my last legs. I'm on my last legs for golden shower content as well. You've got to be careful how you label it.
Are you still risking it?
What are you going to do if you...
Only the ones that are already up there.
Oh.
What are you going to do if your OnlyFans gets taken down?
You just have to start a new one. And I have someone that I know in LA who can get it back for me as well.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully.
So what's golden shower content?
Getting pissed on.
You?
Yeah.
By men? Mm-hmm. You like that?
Yeah. My fans like it. You can't sell that on OnlyFans though. You got to do that on Telegram or ManyVids.
But have you ever watched a golden shower before?
No.
Do you want to?
No.
It's popular, but then there's a lot of people that look at it and they're like that.
Ask her the question. It's not me. I don't even understand what
No
you're
golden
talking
showers. No.
No.
What's some of like the biggest shoots that you've done?
When I went to LA recently, I did Johnny Sins, and hopefully Johnny Sins again this week when he joins the UK. I did Kieran Lee, Jack Slaher, who's one of the bigger interracial creators. So yeah, some big collabs.
Interracial. So he's black.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So like BBC content is my biggest seller by far.
BBC.
Yeah, big black cock.
I thought you were British Broadcasting
Yeah, everyone
Corporation.
thinks that.
So is that your type? Is that what you like?
It's my type in porn.
Yeah.
Because like I'm blonde, I'm like that kind of youthful looking blonde. Everybody likes that with black guys. So it's my niche.
Yeah.
In real life, I don't really have that much of a type. I like mixed race guys, but yeah, it's not just black guys for me.
Yeah.
But everybody who watches my content would think so.
What about Kurdish men?
Kurdish men?
Yeah.
I'd never say no.
No?
No, never
Like
say
80
no.
years old. Fat
That's my to be fair, that's my favourite age group.
Yeah?
80 years old.
Yeah?
Mature.
Do you think she's attractive?
Mature.
Very attractive.
Thank you.
Wasting it.
Wasting it, you
Yeah.
think? You think my job's wasting it?
You could be an actress, a model,
I am an actress.
and really?
I am an actress.
So have you ever done scat?
Scat, I have indeed.
What?
Only one time though. Yeah, but not scat as in like shitting on someone, as in like scat as in like
I'm lost in this.
shitting in like a sealed Tupperware,
Bloody hell.
sending
I'm
it
lost
to someone.
in this scientific terminology.
Scat is like anything to do with human feces.
Put
human
your mouth on the mic.
I'm so sorry. I'm not used to that. Yeah, so scat is basically like, well, scat, the typical terminology is actually shitting on someone or being paid to be shat on. Or in my sense, I've only been paid, it was $2,500 to shit in like a sealed Tupperware, you know, like the kitchen ones with the sides on it. Take it to the post office, send it to the guy, and then 2 days later when it arrived, he FaceTimed me and I had to watch him eat it.
He ate the poo.
My shit that's 2 days old in the mail.
The 2 days old bit's irrelevant.
No, but it is though, because that makes it 2 days more shitty.
Did Royal
That's
Mail
2 days.
not smell the
No,
shit?
because like you could get drugs sent in the post and they don't smell it. It's
Drugs.
a sealed Tupperware.
Yeah, but he's talking about
have you
shit.
ever? Yeah, but have you ever like, let's say, you know, cooked food and put it in there and forgotten about it?
It doesn't smell like shit, mate.
Like at school when you used to take your school lunch and you'd forget about it in the locker, you'd open it up and it's all
Why are you
mouldy.
comparing that to you?
Because that's the only other thing I've ever put in a Tupperware is my school lunch.
What is with all-
shit and my school lunch?
What is
the only
with
two
all
things.
these people buying Tupperware shit?
Bro, why?
Because it's a proper fetish. Like people love
What is
shit.
the fetish about
And what better than a beautiful woman's shit?
Anything else other than
pussy?
shit? Yeah.
Well, to you and to any other normal human being, but there's a lot more deranged human beings than there are normal these days. Sadly.
Would you ever buy?
But there is
As a souvenir, would you ever buy someone's shit? Or
I
would
mean,
you ever
in
eat
order
it?
to check for
Cholera.
colorectal cancer,
Yeah.
you do put shit in a
You do,
thing.
yeah.
So you
Send it away to be
Yeah, for all kinds of
rated.
things you
So
can shit
I
in
mean,
a-
it has scientific benefit.
So
But this guy wanted a full shit, not just a sample.
You've done the same thing.
No, don't be silly. I said there is you can be tested for colorectal cancer.
You should do that.
That's what she
When
was
you
doing.
should-
do
I
that.
think that's what he was testing. So when he was eating her poo, he was checking to see if it had colorectal cancer.
Well,
With his
whether
tongue.
she had a colorectal
He was checking
cancer.
for the cancer with his tongue.
Yeah, not
And
at
what did-
25.
He was really savouring it. It was probably one of the weirdest FaceTimes of my whole entire life.
Did you
How
screen
much
record?
poo was there?
Did I what?
Did you screen record it?
No.
Oh, boring.
How much poo was
I
there?
don't want to see that again. It's up there with, like, you know when you watch things and you feel physically unwell?
How much poo was there?
The whole shit.
Yeah, but
How
how much?
big is your shit?
Oh, not that big. You know,
How-
I'm a small unit, but it filled the bottom of the Tupperware.
Well, how big was the Tupperware?
Maybe like probably the width of that.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah, mate.
That's
what
not a lot
what
of
are you
shit.
talking about?
That's
little
not
shit?
a lot of shit.
That's a lot of shit.
That's not a lot of
Have you got
shit.
IBS or something, mate? What the fuck?
We're not talking about some wet ass shit. We're talking about a normal
That was
shit.
one big solid clump of shit. Fucking hell,
How
mate.
does
What
your
did you
shit
eat?
come out in a square? Do you shit in a cubular shape?
What the fuck is she on about?
No,
don't
you're
know.
the one that keeps bleating on
She's
about
telling
my
me
shit.
that she, like an ice cream fucking coming out,
Yeah.
big shit
No,
like
because
this
who said
big.
it was swirly? And why do you need so much
Was it
detail
what?
about
Just-
my shit?
Was it just, did it have little bits
Do
in
you
it?
like scat? Because it sounds like it right now.
I
It
would
sounds
not-
like you want an in-depth description
is
of
it?
how it came out my ass.
2.5K?
2.5K, and that's the absolute minimum for me.
Oh, wow. Well,
I would not shit for any less than that.
yeah? What about piss?
Well, yeah, obviously.
How much would you piss? Do you,
I've
have you-
pissed on someone for content,
on,
and that's not paid.
what do you mean it's not paid?
Will you get money
As in,
for
like,
it?
it's collaborative content. As in, like, he pissed on me, I pissed on him. People love that shit.
You pissed on him
Mm.
and he pissed on you.
Mm.
Where?
In the shower. Why is this new to you? Because this is not new in my world.
Well, I mean, not every day that
I
you
even
hear
had an
about
ex-boyfriend who
guys-
used to do it to me.
Not every day I hear about.
I had an ex-boyfriend who used to bend me over in the shower and piss inside of me. He used to love it. It was fucking deranged.
What?
And wait, you let him do that?
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice.
It's kind of. Well, you just said it was deranged.
It's deranged, but
Well, you gave him.
what's wrong with a bit of deranged?
Do you feel like you just can't have normal sex now? Do you think you're?
I wonder that sometimes.
like, is your
I
is your
don't-
normal sex life fucked as well?
My normal sex life is a difficult one. It's almost like non-existent because I'm busy working all the time. I'm having so much sex in my work life that I almost don't seek it. I seek companionship in the other part of my life.
Yeah, but do you not think that you're going to struggle to find
Yes.
companionship?
Yeah. That's a real thing. Like, if anybody has ever said that it's not difficult dating in porn, absolutely is. Because you've got to find that one person who is okay with your lifestyle. That's rare.
Yeah. And the guys that are okay with it are not going to be the guys you want to be with. They're all
Well,
going to be
not necessarily, but I think you'll find their flaws pretty quickly.
the guys that accept that kind of stuff are all going to be like simpy guys. And you probably want like...
But obviously, I don't intend... Eventually, if I was to meet someone, I don't intend to carry it on. But
Yeah,
then
but
that's
it doesn't
such a
matter, man.
retrospective
What do
thing
you mean?
because...
does not matter. There's videos of you getting pissed on. Like,
I do think about that on
he's
a regular basis.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think about my poor children. If I ever do have children, if they're to see Kieran Lee, who's one of the most famous porn stars in the world, covering me in piss,
Yeah.
it makes me look a bit dirty, doesn't it?
Shout out to Kieran Lee.
I don't mind being dirty. In fact, I love it. I love being a little whore in my job. It makes me money. That's why I love it. But do I think about it in my future? Yeah. It's going to fuck my future.
So do you think it's worth earning this,
I got kicked out of school.
portion of money for 40 to 50
What
years?
else was I going to do?
40 to 50 years of loneliness.
I know it's probably a cop-out to say what else was I going to do, but where else was I going to make the amount of money that I'm making now?
If you
Wait, let's Bar, what do you think she could have
I
done?
think she could make the same amount of money with modeling, with acting.
I do a bit of that on the side too,
Normal,
but not acting.
What sort of money are we talking about per yearly one?
Say this again.
How much do you earn a year?
A year at the moment, like 150k a year.
But you could earn that with...
Yeah, you could with modelling, but then it's a very oversaturated market, and I
in
found
other
my
words,
niche
you
where
like
it works.
Do you prefer this kind of acting or normal acting?
Well, I've never done normal acting.
You said you were an actor.
No, I've done a bit of normal modelling, but I've never done acting as such. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like there is other options for me, but it was almost a quick, hasty decision as I got kicked out of school. Where am I going to make quick money? I had, at the time, drug problems. I needed lots of money. Now I don't, and the money goes towards the right things, property, etc. But I just thought to myself, where else am I going to make this kind of money?
When you got kicked out of school, how old were you?
Just for my GCSEs.
So how did you go to porn from GCSEs?
Well, I didn't. Went to a tutoring college to do my GCSEs, which was totally separate. Then I tried to go back into state school. Didn't really end up going. Started working at a pub and then started doing OnlyFans.
Right.
What?
Some may say it's a slippery slope, but
I just think it's fucked that someone in your position that had a drug addiction, who had no life experience, who was struggling, was just able to sell herself online without knowing the repercussions.
I did know the repercussions.
But you're saying now that you kind of regret it?
No, I don't.
Not regret it, but you think about it every day.
I think about my future, yeah. I think about being the type of person that I am, I think about will someone want to be in like a normal relationship with me?
And do you know that is probably just going to get more and more and more prevalent the older you get? Because say the older you get, the more lonely you're going to get, and...
Not necessarily though, because there are people out there that are okay with it, just like me.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. I'm not the only one, There are plenty of people in my industry, I mean hundreds of thousands of people in my industry, in fact, who have happy relationships.
So would you date a porn star?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, that would be more the route where I would look down, because I've got to look for someone who's similar to me, who's had similar experiences in life. Because you can't expect your average Tom, Dick and Harry to understand what my lifestyle is like.
How long do you think you'll be doing this? I'm not you.
I mean, realistically, I'd like to
somebody-
carry it on until I'm in MILF category,
What's milk category?
like early 30s, late 30s.
MILF.
Because,
Mother,
I mean,
MILF means mother I'd like to fuck.
I told you I am not with this scientific
We'll get you down
terminology.
with it.
Scientific.
But no, I mean, after a while, I'm not trying to be rude, but after a while, they don't want somebody old. Who wants an old woman to poo
Not
on them?
always, You know, I mean, actually, the demand is very much there for MILFs to shit on people. I'm pretty sure of it.
Even when
If people want me to shit on them
50.
now, yeah, I mean, the route I want to take with it is, you know, I want to have some kind of notoriety in the actual porn industry. Like, yes, I make more of my money on OnlyFans, but I enjoy collaborating with big names. I enjoy working for Brazzers and stuff like that. And I do want to do it when I'm older, you know, I do want to do it when I'm MILF.
Yeah. So,
Or at least try.
so okay. What about like sugar daddies?
Sugar daddies, I had one very strange encounter. You gone to the Bluebird, right? In Chelsea.
Bluebird in Chelsea,
Yeah. So I was walking down the stairs, leaving there one time, and this guy comes up behind me. To be fair, I'd seen him looking at me like the whole night. Comes up behind me and he like slips me his business card and he's like, drop me a message. He was like, if you want some real money, like drop me a message. So I sort of left the business card in my kitchen for a little while. Didn't think to text it or anything. And then one day I was like, do you know what? See it, just send him a message, see what he's saying. He was like, come to my apartment in Canary Wharf and we'll talk about it further. He was like, we'll have a couple drinks and just have a nice evening. Get there. He's actually quite a nice guy, to be fair. Like, I wouldn't have considered it if he hadn't spoken to me quite respectfully in the first place. So I turned up, sat on the sofa. His friend's in the room as well with me. And he's like, do you want any Coke? And I'm like, no, I'm all right. Like, just kind of want to understand what he wants from me, you know, like get down to the business, find out what kind of money he wants to pay me for what. And I thought it was going to be like a normal agreement, like have sex with him, 10 grand a month, he says. But then it boils down to it and he's like, I don't want to have sex with you. Like, I don't even want to touch you. I just want to watch black guys fuck you and I want you to fart on me. And I'm like, I'm not joking you. My face dropped, like it absolutely dropped. This guy looked at me dead in the eyes. He was like, I don't want to fuck you. He was like, I just want you to fart on me. And like, being in this industry, I have to say, I don't know many girls who have said the same thing to me, that a guy's, there's a lot of farting fetish, of course, like, but pay someone 10 grand a month to sit around and whenever they got a fart on him.
Wait.
And on his face too, like he wanted to like lie down like on the sofa or on the bed and me to sit on his face and fart.
So he was a cuckold?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
yeah, because he wanted
was.
to come to, he wanted to watch a lot of my collaborations with black guys and stuff. So it was cuckolding, but on another fucking level.
So bad. Do you understand this? What this guy is asking for?
So cuckold is like
he pays her £10,000 a month.
I know, a month too.
I only managed to withhold this for 2 months before it just started to weird me the fuck out.
So he paid you 20 grand?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it have to be black guys?
No.
That's part of his.
No, that's not the good part.
No, you're missing the good part.
The good part, he wants her to fart on him.
Yeah, I understand that. But you did say something about
Yeah. So he's like, do you know what? So cuckold is someone who wants to almost be humiliated for having a small dick and watch their wife or partner or just any girl be fucked by a big black man.
No.
It's a fetish. Not everyone's into it, but he took it to another level and he wanted me to fart on him too. So.
And what happened eventually?
Well, after 2 months of it, I mean, he only wanted to meet up once a week. So that would only be...
He paid you $10,000 a month?
Yeah.
Oh, was he very rich?
Very rich guy. Arab guy.
Arab?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And actually fairly nice. And I think that's why I said yes to him, because he was nice.
Wasn't
and
he
seemed depraved. Like, he seemed like he was a ladybird. Motherfucker. Yeah, he seemed depraved of farting, so I felt like someone needed to give it to him.
Wait, so you
and 10 grand's a juicy pay. Like no one coughs up 10 grand just like that.
So you farted in his mouth?
Mm.
In his mouth?
Well, on his face, and he opened his mouth. I'm pretty sure about it.
Did he not even like try to give you like a little lick or something like?
So in the end, actually, he did try and put his dick inside me one of the times, and obviously I was like, no. I was like, this is not. By the way. Tiny, absolutely fucking tiny. So it makes sense why his kink was the way it was.
How small was it?
Like tiny, almost buried in his balls. Like we're almost talking micro penis.
Wow.
Poor bloke. That's why he had such weird kinks, I think.
Well, he's rich, don't matter.
Yeah, listen, if you've got that kind of money, I'm sure he's got a different woman every month farting on him. Probably meets them all at the Bluebird too.
You could have
In fact, you
poisoned him.
probably know another one of them.
You could have poisoned him.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Well, yeah, I could have gassed him out.
No, with your fart, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I could have gassed him out. Could have choked him.
Oh.
What were you thinking? How else was I going to kill him? You like sit on his face and smother him?
No. What I'm saying is that gas going to his mouth, it could kill him.
Yeah, for sure. Methane.
It's not going to be that bad, I don't think.
No, but methane, isn't it? Well, I think it's more.
Well, it's to start off with, it's inflammatory. If you put the light in there, you should have done that next time you do that.
Yeah, do you know, I should have just put a lighter
So when
behind
you
there
fart
and,
on him,
and
put
turn
the
it
light
into
on
what is it,
burn his
flamethrower?
face.
It's a flamethrower.
Yeah,
He had a beard. His beard would have sat on fire.
absolutely.
Nightmare. Would have been all kinds of
Bloody
havoc.
hell, I can't believe we're talking about that.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. The world is crazy.
So how old was he?
I never actually asked him how old he was, but if I had to guess, I would have said... Sorry. I would have said probably like 42, 45, something like that.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't like...
No, he wasn't old.
Wasn't really old.
No. He wasn't my type per se, but he wasn't awful.
And so that's like a sugar daddy.
Mm.
And like there's the other side of it, like having like submissives and slaves and that stuff.
Yeah, so for me, like I'm not so much into the dominatrix side of things. I'm more submissive in my scenes and in my personal life too. So more of the subs that I deal with is more like, you know, personal, like individual requests, customs. I had one guy who obviously was massively into feet. I tend to keep that custom because then you can make more money from it. But
He was into your feet.
yeah, but that's a pretty normal one, you know, like,
Yeah.
but he would pay me 250 quid a day to put strip eyelashes on my big toes, like flutter them around, say good morning, tease him with my big toe,
What?
With what?
put fake eyelashes on my big toes
Yeah.
and flutter them around
And film it and send it to him.
and say good morning, baby, stuff like that. Flutter my big toes around.
And how much would he pay for that?
250 quid a day.
What?
A day.
Yeah, so in the beginning it was every day, but now it's only every couple months.
How many days in a row did he? And
5 or 6 in the first place. And he wanted different scenes. So he would want like straight out of the shower. He would want like moisturizer on there. But always the fake eyelashes.
Bro, what the fuck am I listening to?
Always the fake eyelashes. It was something, I don't know, maybe it made it look like more human or something. He wanted them both together and it was like a good morning, baby.
You
Are you
understand?
hearing this?
Just to watch it.
So she would put
You know fake eyelashes?
Yeah, I do
Like what's
that.
on my eye now.
She would put them on her toes, and he would pay £250 for her to just
I
shake
don't
her
get
foot.
it.
I don't get it either. But if I'm asked for that amount of money, I will do. I will do.
so
Yeah, I understand it. I understand
Would
it.
you
Would I what?
put fake eyelashes on your big toes? Flutter them around?
for
I don't
£250
think so.
a day.
I don't think so.
That's easy money though. I reckon you got nice toes.
I don't think anybody pays me £250 to do. They pay you then. That not is different.
You never know
matter.
who's out there.
Eh?
You never know who's out there.
Well, I hope not.
No foot finder or nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Do you like feet?
Do you? You said you were earning 150,000. You pay tax?
Very much so. Limited company.
Really?
You have to be. You can't get away with that with
is
HMRC.
what's your company called?
If I say that, that gives my
Blackburn
address away, which I've already
Incorporated.
got problems with. So I wouldn't like to say that out loud, but it's my name with very simply limited company afterwards. But as I found recently, if you file as a limited company with your home address, it's actually public knowledge. So I've had someone turning up at my house recently.
Yeah, you just have to get a...
You know,
I'm paying a woman to take my take the business address and then send me the mail. So as in my business will then
You
be...
can just get one, you know that.
but
What do you mean?
theoretically,
Yeah, but it's more expensive that way.
what you do
It's like 150 quid a month that way.
theoretically is not lawful, is it?
What's not lawful?
Shall
No,
I say
my job's-
prostitution in
No.
this country is not
It's
She's
definitely
not a prostitute.
I've never really had sex for money before.
Never really.
Yeah, never really, but I think everything's an exchange, isn't it? Like I've never.
No. Has someone said?
I've had money for gifts. Sex for gifts, but I've never had sex for a direct payment.
What gifts would you receive?
Handbags.
How
What
expensive?
handbag?
Shoes. The one
Zara.
behind you on the table.
That's only a Zara bag.
It's most definitely not a Zara
It's
bag.
like 20
It's a very
pounds.
bougie looking Zara bag.
Literally has Zara written across it.
I hate you.
You had sex for a £20 bag. Fucking hell, mate.
You're actually a mug. Someone turn that camera around now.
Mate, go get the Zara bag. Show him. So have you had sex with anyone famous?
I have, yeah. I'm not even sure if I should be saying this, but I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him personally. It's just his reputation in the media probably isn't the best. Yeah, probably isn't the best. Benjamin Mendy, the Manchester City football player.
Yeah, well, he just come out of his jail.
Yeah, I mean, he was messaging me in jail and obviously pleading his innocence, and I personally have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, I have a crazy story
How
with
old
him.
were you?
This was 2 years ago. So what am I now? 23, 22? So I think I was 20 years old. So maybe 3 years ago now.
So what happened?
So I met this Swiss guy out in Marbella and he took my number down. We did some OnlyFans content. He messaged me when I got back home and he was like, do you want to go and see a footballer in Manchester? At the time, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? A bit of an interesting thing to do. So I was like, what's his name? He wouldn't tell me his name. He was like, here's his number. You can talk to him. He might tell you his name. He might not tell you his name. Eventually he said his name was Benjamin Mendy. And yeah, I was like, cool, come down. He sent his driver to come pick me up. When I got there at his address, I called him. I was like, I'm here. Can you let me in? He was like, I'm not there. I'm at a friend's party right now. Tell the driver this address and get him to drop you there. But don't say that you know me. My friend's going to come out. You're going to be introduced to each other and say that you're his friend. I thought this is a bit fucking weird. Anyway, got there. The friend comes out. He's like, hi, you all right? I'm like, yeah, fine. What the fuck is going on? He was like, it's Riyad Mahrez's Eid party. Riyad Mahrez, the guy who plays for City as well.
Algerian football.
Yeah, like, I don't know who these people are. So I have no idea whose house I'm rocking up to. I have no idea like what situation I'm coming into. I don't watch football. So I got inside. His whole family is there. There's kids, his wife, everybody. All my friends afterwards, they were like, Mahrez, you were at Mahrez's house. I was like, I don't know who Mahrez is. Anyway, got in there. Mendy's in there. They're all drunk. Bearing in mind it's an Eid party, I'm a bit confused by like the layout and the setup.
It's an Eid party.
Yeah, Eid. So it's a Muslim
Eid.
celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Eid.
Eid, yeah.
And what was the ratio? Was it like guys to girls?
Oh, it was family. So there was a lot of kids. There was like middle-aged. It was his whole family. It was Mahrez's family, his wife, the really beautiful blonde girl.
Well, and Ali Rose just rocked up.
Honestly, the most bizarre thing in the world, right? I was literally not dressed for a family gathering whatsoever. I wasn't even dressed. Like pretty sure I was in leggings and a top. Like I looked so out of place. It was so awkward. The family must have been looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, and I had to say that I was here friends with the friend, not Mendy. So eventually Mendy takes me away and he starts speaking to me and I'm like, hi, like nice to finally fucking speak to you. He's like, I'm really sorry that this is the situation. I'm like, did you not know that you were going to be at this party before you invited me down on this day? He obviously did, but people who make that money and play football, they don't give a shit. Like, you're nothing to them. Like, you are just there to serve them. At the time, it didn't really dawn on me that I was just there to like serve him. But when he grabbed me, took me into Mahrez's toilet, started fucking me, I was like, oh, okay, I know what I'm here for then. Like,
Did you not get paid?
no, listen, wait till I get to the end, because the guy who set me up, the Swiss guy, he definitely got paid for me, and I never got paid anything whatsoever.
So you went to this guy's house?
So I was pimped out by this Swiss guy pretty much to go and see Ben Mendy just because I was an eager young girl.
And
listen, and I'm not saying there was anything wrong with it because I was so keen, I was so there for it. I was bent over this thing like, yeah, fucking do me. There was nothing untoward about the situation, but you know, that happened. Then I had to stand with the family, sit at the dinner table, drink with everybody. And like, they were asking me like, who are you? And I was sat there like, honestly don't even know what to fucking say. Like, I was like, I'm just friends with so-and-so. Eventually, we ended up going back to his. So the guy who I was told to pretend I was friends with was his like manager or something like that. Don't remember his name. Really nice guy, but yeah, we got back and super quickly he turned it into like some massive orgy, got the NOS canisters out. He was like filming all his friends while he was fucking me up the arse. Like, I was enjoying myself, don't get me wrong. I was drunk. I was very much party to it, but it was a very strange experience, like very strange. And then when we went to bed, he carried on cracking the balloons and I'm thinking, you're a football player, like the fuck? Anyway, keeps cracking the balloons. We fall asleep eventually. And yeah, I wake up in the morning, he's like moving around his room, like can't tell what he's doing. And yeah, I kind of put my head back down, fall asleep. He disappears, doesn't come back up to the room. So I call him, doesn't pick up the phone. Call the friend, picks up the phone. He's like, oh, I'm really, really sorry. Mendy didn't realise he had football training today. And I went, what do you mean he didn't realise? He's like, yeah, he's on a plane to Ireland right now. He didn't realise he had training. I was like, so what am I going to do in your house then? Like, what am I? He was like, if you need any food, go down and ask the chef. I thought, I'm not going to go and ask someone to go and like make me food in someone else's house. I said, just get me the driver to take me home. So the driver comes, takes me home. Nothing else was ever said about it. He never messaged me again, apart from, you know, thanks for coming. Until, obviously, my mum calls me, I think it was probably a whole year later when the allegation surfaced of him, you know, raping 6 girls, apparently. And my mum called me, she's like, that guy? She was like, that guy you went to see, did he rape you? And I went, no. Like, what are you on about? I was like, no, he didn't rape me. And yeah, so she didn't believe me. No one believed me that he didn't rape me because of the allegations that come out. But I stood strong. I was like, no, he didn't. Like, nothing happened. On God, nothing happened. I was completely here for it. I was enjoying myself. And yeah, again, after the allegations came out, I got a random message. I think it was a year ago now. Then the messages had deleted by the time I woke up in the morning. And I looked at the profile picture and it was a guy covering his face with a scarf, but there was some kind of French in, you know, like there's a WhatsApp bio underneath. It was French. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. And then I sent a message back. I went, who is this? Like, I can't see what the messages are. He's like, didn't think you'd want to know. And then he went 18 May 2020 in French, M-A-I. And I went, is this Ben Mendy? He was like, yeah. He was like, I didn't think you'd want to talk to me. You're the only woman I trust. Do you want to see me again? And I went, no. I was like, you're still like in the media having raped 6 people. He was then acquitted, a few months ago? But it's not something you want, it's not someone you want to mix with, you know? Because what if those girls are telling the truth? And maybe I just don't define what they defined as rape, because I maybe enjoy that kind of thing.
So he wanted to see you again?
Yeah, he still messages me now to this day. The last message being like a month ago.
Saying? Come
to France, come to Paris.
And?
There's not any kind of money that would make me bother though. There's nothing in it for me, you know. There's no, even if there was financial gain, I don't want it. I don't need it. I've had my story with him. It's not something that you want to boast about, really.
Do you not think it's quite bad that he took you straight away into a toilet?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course I do. But I could have said no. I could have gone, no, what are you doing?
No, I'm not saying that it was like assault or anything.
No.
But is that not a bad way to, you know, introduce yourself to someone? Yeah,
absolutely. And I think his personality was questionable, yeah.
And then afterwards he was filming you.
Yeah, he was FaceTiming all his friends while he was fucking me up the arse. And while his manager had his fucking cock in my mouth.
But you got spit roasted by the footballer and the manager.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he was FaceTiming everyone, like all his Muslim friends. And I'm thinking, you're all Muslim. Like, this is fucked up. Like, but obviously I can't speak on the religion and how seriously they take their religion. So that's not a valid point in the situation. But it's still a bit of a strange thing to do. It's like you think you have ownership of that person that you can just...
No, I think it is a very prevalent point that you're Muslim, you just finished Eid, and
That's what I found was so weird.
Celebrating Eid with doing that.
That's what I found so weird about it. The fact that it was an Eid party that I turned up to, a celebration of Eid, the end of, I believe it's fasting, isn't it?
Well, there are 2 Eids, yes, it depends.
Yeah. Well, I think, I believe this one was the end of fasting. So, yeah I mean, it seemed a bit crazy in that context that he was getting drunk and doing nos balloons.
You know when you said you were with Riyadh Mahrez and his family.
Respectable.
Did they know who you were?
No, but they must have. They must have had a strange sense about who I was, because I was a young girl, completely out of place, not northern, number one. Like, no one's ever seen me or met me before, and I just turn up out of nowhere. Like, that's weird. That's going to look weird. And I say I know the manager, but then they started asking me questions about him.
So do you think Riyadh Mahrez knew who you were?
Yeah, I think so, because I think personally the men in Mendy's life would have known what he was like, and I think they would have known what I was there for. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those things, you think that it's not a regular occurrence, but what I was doing with Mendy is he probably calls another girl every single day to do that, If he's in Ireland, he'll call an Irish girl,
Well, this guy probably organises it for him.
Well, this was the Swiss guy who I made OnlyFans content with, who I've since fallen out with because he actually took more content than I realised and started selling it. And someone was showing me, they were like, I want this video. I said, that video doesn't exist.
What's his name? Should we out him?
It's Travis the Creator. I'd out him happily because he was taking content of me without my permission, not sending me all of the content. People still ask, oh, have you got videos together? I refuse to sell the content with him because, number one, it's shit. And number two, he's a snake.
Why?
And not only that, the person who told me about him selling extra content came to me and said, yeah, he's been scamming people. Like, he's had to block Swedish people from accessing his OnlyFans because they're all just telling him that he's a scammer. So on OnlyFans, you can block your own country or a certain country from viewing it. So he's blocked all of Sweden because Sweden are calling him a scammer, etc.
So this Travis the Creator has been selling your content without...
I don't know if he still does, but a year ago or so, someone sent me a screenshot of his OnlyFans where he had one of my pictures that I'd taken in my bedroom of myself, so my own content, legally mine. He's not even taken the picture. And he was advertising videos of me and him together, unseen. And someone had come to me trying to get them cheaper. Sometimes as they do, they want to buy them off the girl or they want to get them cheaper. And he sent me a screenshot. I said, those don't exist as far as I'm aware. Like, I've never seen that footage in my life. Yeah, so he was selling content that I didn't even know existed.
Right.
I was trusting him to airdrop me everything that was being shot on our drunk nights out, like in hotel elevators, on the hotel staircases. It was good content, like it was good public content.
I mean, you just said it was shit.
No, the public content was good. But like, as in like the quality is shit, I don't need to keep selling it, like for the sake of being associated with him, I don't need to keep selling it. Like, I spoke to him and his response was like, oh, I'll send it to you now. It wasn't like, I'm so sorry, I should never have done that. It was like, I'll send it to you now. And I'm like, you're only sending it because you got caught. Like,
yeah.
Let's take a break.
Did you tell Mendy
But then again,
this?
back in the Mendy about this guy.
Yeah, about the money he didn't pay.
No, I never brought it back up again because I didn't feel like it was necessary. And plus, this guy's not going to tell me the truth, is he? He's not going to say, yeah, Mendy paid me a couple grand for you for the day. He's not going to say that.
Do you not think it's a bit mad that you went and just got in a random driver's car?
Yeah, but I think at that point in my life, I was a little bit more recce than I am now. And I think I had to be that way to be the person I am now. There's not a lot that I haven't experienced, and I feel like that's kind of important sometimes, though.
Would you say you have any? Obviously, a lot of the girls that we interview that have mental health issues. Do you suffer from any?
Very much so. When I was younger, very much so. I was in and out of hospital. Tried to take my own life a couple of times. Like, I had heavy trauma to deal with. That I like to think I've dealt with now, but maybe I've just kind of masked it with making money and making my life okay.
And do you feel like that influenced you to do OnlyFans and adult work?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think an unstable home life, I do think it influenced me to make what most people would say a strange life choice. Yeah, I do think it had a part to play in it, but also I think there are some people in the world that I would call hypersexual, and I think there's a place for that. There's a place for everyone in the world. I think there's a place for people who are a bit more promiscuous and don't mind making a bit of money from it.
Do you feel like, as a young impressionable girl who's 18 years old with a bunch of mental health and trauma, that you should be allowed to step in the adult industry?
No, I don't think so at all. But who's there to vet it? Who's there to stop that? There is no systematic way for someone to sit there and vet every single girl that comes into the industry. There's no way to do that, you know?
There is a way.
And in fact, do you know, as sick as it sounds, the more ill-minded people make the more sickening and good content, especially in the porn industry. If you talk to any of the girls that do this hardcore fucking anal shit, like, they're all fucked in the head, like...
And in the arse.
Yeah, and their asshole fucked as well. Exactly.
What traumas did you have to deal with as a kid?
I wouldn't say that they were traumas that not anybody has to deal with, but as a young girl, I had some pretty nasty situations, run-ins with a different bloke. And yeah, I think it changed my view sexually massively.
What do you mean?
I had a situation with, actually, again, pretty famous guy, which I really can't talk about this one, I don't think. He owns a big protein company.
What age did you have these encounters with this guy?
19, 20 years old. So, yeah, 2020.
So, and what happened?
I mean, we met up at hotel rooms, and he used to have this office in, I think it was like Surbiton, which is quite local to me actually, where it was really weird. He had a mattress on the floor in the office. He obviously slept there sometimes, but like now looking back at it, I think like, do you have that bed there for sleeping, or do you have it there for when you like bring someone round for when you're working?
Did he confidently say, come to my office?
Yeah, come to my office. A couple of the times it was really nice hotels in London. So at first he kind of lured me in with really nice hotels like the Ritz and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, this guy's got lots of money, you know, like this is really nice. Then he started obviously changing it to the office, where there was the mattress on the floor in the office. And I came there a couple of times, and he had a masseuse come round, and he said, look, I'm working. Do you want to have my massage appointment? I thought, yeah, this is nice. Like, he was fucking me normally at that point in time. Like, I like being choked, so I'll say, like, choke me, like, slap me, spit on me. But I've never asked to be choked out, because quite frankly, that's not what I'm asking for. Like, that's quite dangerous, actually. Like, you can kill someone doing that. And there was one time, I can't remember what hotel it was, but it was a really, really nice hotel. And we'd had food, we'd watched a movie. It was a normal night as far as most of our meetups had gone. And then when we were fucking, he was choking me, but he was choking me past the point where I was tapping out. And then the next thing I know, I come round, which means I know I've been unconscious. Like, you don't really feel yourself go under. You just know that when you come up, that you've been under, because you're disorientated and whatnot. And he's looking at me, and I'm like completely shaken up. And he's like, I just wanted to know what it felt like to fuck something that was unconscious.
What?
And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, that's psycho. That's Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Like, that's like, you stay here one more night and I'll fully choke you out because I want to fuck a dead body. That's what it sounded like, you know?
It does sound like the lead up.
It's like necrophilia, you know? I want to fuck something unconscious. Why? On God do you want to fuck something unconscious?
It's very SA.
Yeah, it is. But it's like, it's not even like, I'm into all kinds of, you know, like, I love being dominated. But that, for me, like, unless I've asked you to choke me out, you've done that against my will.
So he didn't ask
beforehand? No, did he fuck? Like I said, choke me, not choke me unconscious and fuck my unconscious body.
That's actually so messed up.
I don't know how long I was under. I don't know how long I was unconscious for.
Did you wake up and he was still having sex with you?
Yes.
And he didn't stop?
No.
Not
at one point in time. I said, get the fuck off me. I've never got up, packed my stuff up and left a room quicker in my whole life.
When you said get the fuck off me, did he stop?
Yeah, he did. He like rolled off me to the side. He didn't like push me down and keep me there or anything, because at that point in time, he's judged by my reaction that I'm not happy with what he's just done. Because there will maybe be some not sick, that's not fair of me to say, because I think maybe more damaged person that might be okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is, but he didn't ask for your consent.
No, of course not. And that's the key factor here, I think, is consent. And it's the key factor always.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
And do you
Because
think
at the
that's
end of the day, if you ask me and you want to trial something out, you know, if you're into something and you want to try it and you ask my permission, I most likely am probably going to say yes if it's something that I'm interested in trying myself, you know?
Do you feel like that's going to affect you in the future?
It has affected me. That's the whole point, you know, these little encounters that happen when you're a young, impressionable girl going to these clubs in London using fake IDs and stuff like that, like being a victim of older men. And people would say, well, you're not the victim, you put yourself there. Well, yeah, I put myself there to have a night out, but not to have cash put in my hand, not to be asked to come back and be fucked by 9 guys. Like, these are abnormal encounters for someone at 19, 20 years old. Like,
What do you mean?
You got 9 guys. You got
Yeah,
fucked
like-
by 9 guys.
I've been fucked by 9 guys, but this exact example that I'm talking about, like when I'm in the club, I walk past this table of obviously very wealthy looking blokes and they collar me. They're like, can we talk to you for a second? He grabs my hand, he flattens my hand out and he sticks this huge like wad of cash in my hand and he puts my other hand on top of it and he goes, you come back with us tonight, all of us. And all of the men are just staring at me like, and I'm like, no, like I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but I'm here to enjoy my night out like anyone else.
Oh, so you didn't do it?
No, absolutely not. Passed him back the money very politely and said, sorry, I'm not interested. I'm trying to make no enemies in there, but I'm really not trying to come back and be paid to be gangbanged by guys I'm not interested in. I've been fucked by 9 guys before through my own choice with people that I wanted to, but not these old men in the club, obviously for that reason only, to find one girl from the club, which is quite common in these London clubs, quite honestly.
Explain this scenario where you had sex with
Sir,
9 guys.
It's impossible, isn't it?
No, it's not though.
Impossible.
No, it's not. So it's like a gangbang scenario where they're all taking turns on you. So it was after a night at Cirque, and two of the promoters who were my friends and another however many, 7 of his friends, all came back. We all got drunk. It was flirtatious, and yeah, we all just started fucking. Obviously, not all at the same time.
Just you
Yeah, literally just me.
and 9 guys. What were you thinking when you went?
Just horny. It's just fun, isn't it? It's just a bit of fun. I feel like you've got to experience that a couple times in your life. Come on.
What, 9 guys?
If that's something that you're into. Yeah.
It's a
Because
little
they
bit
all
of
wanted
fun.
it. They all wanted it. I wanted it.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah. To be fair, I
hit
don't
the
see anything
jackpot
wrong with
there.
that.
Yeah.
It's almost like, so you know how people go to sex parties? It's pretty much the same thing, you know? You'll go there and fuck multiple people. Sex parties aren't my vibe, but yeah,
Sounds like they might
a
be.
gangbang's more my kind of vibe.
Yeah. Where were your friends at this time?
Gone home.
Right. You just
I used to go up there because I was friends with 2 of the
How old
promoters,
were you?
like very close, and I was actually like technically seeing one of them. I used to go up there on my own sometimes, like, and just go out with him and all the other people, like
And how old were you at that point?
19, 20. Still living. I think I was still living at home at that point.
Seems like you were very promiscuous at 19.
I was, yeah.
So you
That's what led me to do what I do now, I think, yeah.
So
I'm less promiscuous now.
You would go to the club,
Yeah.
get gangbanged by 9 guys.
Not on a regular.
No, but listen.
Not every time.
You'd go to the club, you'd get gangbanged by 9 guys, and then what, go home to your parents?
Yeah. Get in a cab at 5 a.m. and go home.
What would you tell your mum?
My mum didn't care at that point. I was past the point of like, it would be boring and upsetting for my mum to keep repeating herself and say, where are you? Because she wouldn't get the truth from me. I was sniffing gear and getting fucked. Like, she wasn't going to get the truth from me. She knew that. Having said that, me and my mum, so honest with each other now. So honest. But at the time...
Do you think you were quite immature?
I was really immature. I made stupid decisions. And I couldn't preach enough to people now that you have to be so careful about who you actually... And I know this sounds like such like a brazen thing for someone in my career position to say, but you have to be so careful about who you let touch you and who you let have sex with you, because it affects your energy massively. Like, it touches your energy. Every single sexual experience that you have, it touches your energy. And it affected me massively to the point where like I felt weird in certain situations because I felt dirty. Like,
You said you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but then on reflection, when you get older and you look back and you think, why did I let people do that to me?
So you don't now?
Well, I get paid for it now. I get paid to do it on camera now. It's a bit different.
But if you're having sex with them, isn't that the same thing?
What do you mean?
Because you're saying each body, each dick is affecting your soul and your energy.
No, it is, but now I have a different mechanism of coping with it. I don't let it affect me in the same way because I can differentiate my work and I can differentiate my own personal sexual life, which is affected by my job. I'm still struggling to find a middle ground where my personal sex life is normal. I'm sure I will eventually.
But if your coping mechanisms when you were younger was, I'm enjoying this is fun, I'm young, enjoying it. That was your coping mechanism.
Yeah, of course.
Now you're in the present, your coping mechanism now is, I'm doing it for money, it's my profession.
I wouldn't say,
Do you not think in 6 years' time, you're going to look back and say the exact same thing that is still affecting you?
I think you have to live in the moment to a certain degree, and you have to...
You have to live in the moment, but you do need to think about your future.
Of course. But I think I have thought about my future, and I've thought about my future as much as I can possibly think about it. You know, so much changes, so many different people come into your life, so many different opportunities arise in your life. There's something that, I mean, I've got health issues. I can't have children. So for me in my relationships, it's going to be a difficult fit finding someone, regardless of my job, that wants to be with me because I can't have children. So for me, like, there's lots of different things that contribute to why I carry on doing what I'm doing and making my money in that way, because the way that I see my future is different to maybe how other people see their future. You know, I don't see it necessarily.
I feel like you're just saying these things as like almost like a coping mechanism. I think you would love, I think from what I've just gained from like talking to you, I think you're starting to, let me finish. You're starting to regret what you've done because you maybe kind of want to be in a loving relationship with someone that like...
I think that's human nature, that everybody wants to be loved. But then I think it's also, you've got to sit and you've got to think, I deserve to be loved no matter what I do for a career. But
no, you can't say that. I mean, like if I went and raped 10 children, you can't say, I want to be loved. That is so
far-flung left from what I do. I don't rape children.
No, but I'm saying, you're saying everyone has to accept everyone for everyone, but...
No, but...
If I had a fetish for paedophilia, like, you don't accept everyone for everyone. And a lot of men would not accept a woman for...
Absolutely.
These kind of...
But they're not my kind of man.
What is your type of man?
The type of man that I'll be with is the type of person who's most likely in my industry, you know, who has the same day-to-day life. And I know that's not conventional for most people, and they think, well, your husband's fucking other people. Yeah, well, I've fucked other people my whole life. And the way that I have to look at it, the choices that I've made, I have to make, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, in a sense that if... I know this sounds crazy. If people are going to see it in my future, at least not have children that I affect by that, you know, at least not have people that I'm intentionally affecting by my life choices.
When was your last long-term relationship?
A couple years ago.
How long did it last?
A year and a half. But I mean, we weren't together for the first half a year because I was too young for him. He was 28 years old, so he wasn't even like that old, but I was 19 turning 20, and 19 was too young. Like, it was too young for him. He couldn't introduce me to his family because 19 was too young. But then when I hit 20, he wanted me. I was in my own flat. He wanted to live with me. He wanted to literally sponge off my life. And then he started getting aggressive and nasty and would just shout at me every single night, call me a cunt. I would cry myself to sleep. He would then wake up and be like, just shut the fuck up or get out of my house. Then I'd try and leave and he'd like drag me back. So since then, I've not really bothered with relationships. Having said that, I wasn't even doing OnlyFans properly at that point. I wasn't fucking people. I was just doing solo and taking pictures, you know, of myself.
Do you feel like you could remain loyal in a relationship?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But then it also depends what someone calls loyal, because in my opinion, if I fuck for work, that's not a loyalty thing. That's work. And I'd have to be with someone who can differentiate the two.
So it's clear to me that you like to get fucked by loads of guys. The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So if another, say you had an
because
amazing...
it makes me money.
Okay, yeah. But say you have an amazing relationship with a guy who's also in the same industry.
Yeah.
You both stop together and he wants to remain monogamous.
Yes.
Do you think you could do that?
If I really loved him, yeah. Of course I could, yeah.
Would you quit OnlyFans for...
Yes. Yes. And I think most girls in my industry would agree with that. If it came down to a be-all and end-all, and I was right now in my life, I've got a lot of money to be made. I've got a lot more investments to make. And I think you would have to be able to support me completely in my life for me to give up my livelihood for you, you know, with the risk that you could turn around and go, fuck you. And then I'd have nothing. So for me to actually give up, I'd have to, number one, be further down the line. And number two, know for an absolute fact that that person had me. And that's very hard. Like, it's a hard thing to ask someone to do, to give up their sole income.
But if you're investing into properties and that might...
Of course, yeah. So that's the hope that obviously further down the line, when the money makes money for itself, that I don't have to carry on doing what I'm doing. But then it's always out there. That's the problem with the internet. It's always going to be there.
I do want to say, because it sounds like I'm grilling you, but when you eventually do get in a relationship, it is most likely going to be with someone that's also in the adult industry.
Yeah.
I think that will go well.
Yeah, I would agree with you too. And there's so many people that I meet in the adult industry that I just get on with so well, because we are just so similar in that sense. We've all had similar issues, and not just that, like we understand what a lot of people don't understand about the industry. And that's a strange way to differentiate loving sex from work sex, performing.
And what exactly would you want from your future? Like, what do you want in your future? 10 years.
Like everyone, number one, I want to be happy. I want to travel the world. I want to see as much of the world as I can. And that's one of the main reasons why I do my job, is because it enables me to be wherever and still make the same money.
In 10 years' time?
In 10 years' time?
Do you know what's so mad? You know what I just think? Like, if you hadn't have done OnlyFans and you had just worked a normal job like a PA or something like that, some rich man would have swooped you up, mate, and you would have been able to travel everywhere.
You say that, but
100%.
Yeah, you're good looking enough for that to happen.
But you know, life choices were made. Yeah. Let's not call them fuck ups, because I don't like to regret my choices in life, because there's no way to go back. Yeah, but there's no way I can go back. So I don't like to say that I regret my choices, because I don't. It's made me who I am now, and I don't hate who I am at all. In fact, I am the person who me 2 years ago would have looked at and gone, I'm really proud of you.
Well, in order to mature and become an adult and mentally stable, you have to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
And learn how to cope with them.
Do you smoke a lot of weed?
A lot of weed, yeah. Like all day, every day. That's been my main coping mechanism in life, actually.
That's not good.
Do you know what happens when you do that?
What?
When you self-medicate with drugs, the coping mechanisms you had to begin with when you started them drugs is what you go back to when you quit the drugs. So if you started smoking weed at 13 to cope, if you stopped today, you'd have the same coping mechanisms
15.
as a 13-year-old. As a 15-year-old then, you'd have the same coping mechanisms.
I don't even remember what my coping mechanisms were, because it's been such a long time.
Do you not feel like in order to progress in life, you should probably quit weed and learn how to cope?
It's not that I don't cope though. I don't smoke weed to cope with my life. It's a coping mechanism for certain things. So let's say, you know, someone pisses you off. Like, let's say you walk outside and someone says something to you and you're like, do you know what? Fuck you. You smoke a spliff and you're like, it's not so fuck you anymore. It's more like, whatever, life's life. I don't find them any less motivated. I've achieved so much since I got kicked out of school. I don't think weed has slowed me down one bit.
It's not about slowing you down. It's about your mental health. My
mental health is an ongoing battle, like is everybody's. And I think it's an ongoing thing to find that balance and find what works for you to be as happy as you possibly can, I think.
Drugs isn't the way.
A lot of people say that, but I actually had a therapist say to me, she said, look, maybe weed isn't so bad for you. You know, maybe weed is actually helping you calm down in a way that you can't calm yourself down.
For the meantime.
I think to a certain extent, you know, but when you're smoking how much do you smoke a day?
It's not crazy. It's like 3 zoots a day.
3 zoots a day isn't crazy.
No, I don't.
You can't compare yourself.
I watched the Anthony Joshua thing recently. He used to smoke 6 joints a day before he quit.
But you can't compare 3 zoots a day is a lot.
So I used to go out with a girl and she did same. She was did webcamming or something like that, and she was the same. She had mental health issues, and she used to smoke weed all day, every day, until she got with me. Then she stopped like the OnlyFans, and then we got her to stop smoking weed and stuff like that. And I don't think she does OnlyFans or anything anymore, which is, you know, well done, fair play to her. She got out of that. Now she's in a relationship with someone else, the guy she basically cheated on me.
Can I just stop you? You say well done for that, as in like well done stopping OnlyFans. I feel a lot of resentment from both of you about OnlyFans. Considering this is a podcast and I've seen a lot of people who do OnlyFans, I feel like that is slightly a negative shadow being cast on me as a person.
No.
Like I'm mentally unwell and it's made me do porn and etc.
She was mentally unwell. That's why I'm saying well done. She didn't want to do it. But
why did she end up doing it if she didn't want to? Because she was in a hard part of her life?
She's really rich and I don't know.
She just wanted a bit of extra money.
She wasn't thinking straight, I don't think. And she just thought it was
I think everybody's had that moment. Like even my sister, for example, and she wouldn't mind me saying this, she came to me when she was struggling. She went, set me up on OnlyFans. I went, no.
The only reason we're like kind of not grilling you, but like being a bit more like, because we think
it's nothing I can't take, but I'm just wondering why you have the stance that like, oh, it's a good thing that she quit. Like if I quit, I wouldn't be making the money I'm making now, and I deem that a success. No matter what industry I'm in, I think making good money for yourself is a success. I believe you me, OnlyFans money does not just come to the page. There is a massive amount of admin work and traveling and scheduling and planning that goes into running a page that is successful.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying like because she didn't want to do it. Yeah, and now she's in a loving relationship and she has her own business.
Yeah, and that's great.
That's why I said good on her.
Yeah,
like, she did the switch that she wanted to do, but she couldn't do because she would smoke weed all day long and just. I think that was the reason why she.
I see what angle you're coming at completely. You say that maybe if I didn't smoke so much weed, I would have more motivation to maybe do something else. And that I would agree with. I think it makes me think that there is no other options, potentially, maybe. It makes me think that, it doesn't make me think. I am happy in my job. I make good money. I don't have to work hard every day.
We're just saying it because, like my dad said, you have a lot of opportunity.
Loads of opportunity, and I never for 1 second have doubted my opportunity.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you almost got taken advantage of at like.
Do you know what? I don't like to sit and play victim, but getting kicked out of school and then all in a close succession with a lot of dodgy situations I put myself in, I fucked my mental health that was already temperamental. I fucked it up even further with my life choices, and it did contribute to what I do now. Absolutely, yeah.
So what are the biggest icks in a guy for you?
Biggest icks in a guy? For me, this is probably a personal one because I'm in the industry. Want to make content in my DMs, like, let's shoot content. Do you know what? I'm a fucking woman. Like, what happened to wine and dine me before fuck me? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest ick personally, and I will dig at a bloke when they come in my DMs like, let's make content. Why do you think that just because I do that, that's what I want to do all the time? It's not what I want to do.
What about outside of like the adult industry?
Outside of that, fucking with socks on. I think that's a broad spectrum ick.
Fucking with socks on.
You would think that people don't do that, but I will tell you now, blokes sometimes keep their socks on, and it's not fit. It's really unattractive.
Do you keep your socks on?
Yeah, I feel like that's a yeah. But listen, it's
only
right,
when I'm at home.
And it's cold, yeah.
So when you're at home and have sex,
where else do you have sex? Where else do you have sex?
Right?
Where else do you have sex?
I don't know.
Where's the most interesting place that you've had sex in your life?
Nowhere.
I'm sure there is. You just don't want to tell us. Mm. I'll let you keep that secret.
Would you date a fat guy?
No.
No,
because I'm very athletic. I'm very fit. I did sport at school. I'm not fattest, but I think there's no excuse for letting go of yourself to that kind of degree. There's nothing wrong with a bit of podge and someone who eats what they want. That's fine. I eat what I want as well. But someone who's like morbidly obese, no.
So you date someone who's just fat?
Yeah. Yeah, if they were a good bloke, if I liked them a lot and I got on with them, it doesn't matter to me what weight they are, as long as they're facially attractive and they're a nice guy, So as long as they're, but when I'm talking borderline, there's a borderline. There's obese Santos. And then there's big.
Come here.
Santos, come
What about him?
He's nowhere, not even anywhere near the spectrum of overweight. Like actually, would say under the majority weight of most people on the planet.
I'm winding him up.
Yeah. I didn't even know that's why we were calling you over. I just told you to come here.
That's why. That's where all the weight's hanging.
How many guys have you had sex with that are fat?
That are fat? None.
Okay.
Okay. So
No, I've not had the opportunity to rise yet.
Yeah.
In fact, I've rejected that opportunity. So you could say that I'm being hypocritical by saying I would date a fat guy when I wouldn't fuck one.
Yeah. Let's be honest, you wouldn't date a fat guy.
No, I wouldn't. I just brazenly lied.
I just lied. You're a nice guy. Yeah?
I just lied. Yeah, I'm going to be truthful. I wouldn't. No, because I have a fit, active lifestyle, and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't rate it.
Are you fit then?
I used to play hockey for England, under 18s.
Yeah. We're not talking about under 18s, mate. We're talking about now.
I gym four times a week.
What?
Just
Weights?
legs. Yeah.
Just
I
legs.
don't do upper
So your
body.
cardio is shit.
No, I do cardio as well.
What?
I'm saying I only do
jumping
leg
on
weights.
someone's dick is not cardio, mate. What
That's
cardio
not my only cardio.
What?
That's my main cardio. I love a step machine.
Okay.
Okay, that's
how long
hard
do you do it?
cardio.
It's
How
good.
long?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
you ain't
average.
Fit. You ain't fit.
Yeah, but
That's like
that's not saying that I couldn't do it for longer.
Yeah. What speed do you do the stepper at?
I don't do it necessarily that fast, but I do
So
little supersets where I miss out a step here.
you
and
slowly walk upstairs for 20 minutes.
No,
And that's your cardio.
let's us not knock my gym workout.
All right. Perfect dick size.
Perfect dick size. I like it quite big, to be fair. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say
in inches.
inches.
Yeah.
7+, 8+.
8+.
Oh, 8+. That's new. Everyone starts with 7.
Yeah, because 7 is like, it's big, but it's not like huge. It's just like, if I saw a 7-inch, I'd be like, got a nice dick. Like, fair enough.
Yeah. Acceptable.
Acceptable, yeah.
Yeah.
Below 7, I'll be totally honest with you. Like, I've taken some big dicks. It's not gonna touch the sides. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. No, but as in like, not because I'm wide, but it's not gonna. You know, it's not gonna make me come. It's not gonna make me squirt. It's not gonna hit the same points that a massive dick is gonna hit. Like,
Yeah.
in case you didn't realize, it's a muscle. So when it stretches, it doesn't stay wide. It's not like a corridor, but like, as in like, once you've taken dick to a certain size and felt how good that feels, going back doesn't feel like
Is a
that
pussy a
pleasurable.
muscle?
Mendy.
It is muscles, yeah.
Mendys.
Mendys. Do you know what's so bad? I was so drunk I actually hardly remember, but he was definitely on the bigger side, yeah.
That's the question you
He
can't
loves
answer.
Mendy.
The
You
whole
lot
2-hour
like-
podcast, he hasn't said anything. It's how big's Mendy's dick.
He loves Mendy. No, you guys were like,
People
who's
are
Morris? But
interested
he
in
knows.
Mendys, sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially his dick size.
yeah.
So yeah, is a pussy a muscle, mate?
Mm-hmm. There's muscles on the inside of the wall, yeah? Am I right about that?
Was that
I don't know, bad. You know, is a vagina a muscle?
I don't know.
If I
I'm
had
not
to say
a
from my scientific
medical
knowledge,
doctor.
what happens when you give birth, you dilate, and
There's
there
muscle
has to be a
everywhere.
muscle involved in dilation. Your skin can't just stretch, you know? You can't just stretch without a muscle.
Your
being
skin
involved.
definitely can stretch.
No, it's not skin though, is it? If it's inside, it's not skin. Skin's on the outside.
you can strengthen it and tighten it with
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
kegels.
Like, for example, to squirt, you need to have strong pelvic control. There's like more involved in that than people realise, you know?
Yeah. So you need a bigger dick.
I like a bigger dick. I'm not gonna throw a fit if someone, you know, if I go down to suck someone's dick and it's tiny, like I'm not gonna throw a fit. Like I'm gonna give them as much pleasure I would give like a big
Or
dick.
your ideal.
But for me personally, yeah, I like a big dick.
How what's like the smallest dick you've ever had to deal with?
Well, like I said to you, the fucking sugar daddy bloke. The bloke buried in his balls. And I've seen some small willies in my life.
Go on, to elaborate.
2 inches, 1 inch.
And what'd you do with 2 inches?
Not a lot, not a whole lot. You almost can't actually fuck me from the back. Like you can't actually like. There's not enough distance between arse and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't fuck because it's too short. Can't get past the arse cheek.
So you tried?
Yeah. I've never turned someone away. I've never like.
Oh, you're so kind, aren't you?
I am.
Wow, it's really
I've
lovely
never
of you.
pulled someone's trousers down and been like, sorry.
You're a lady of the people.
Yeah, but
I am.
afterwards you go on
I'm a
you go on a
pleaser.
viral podcast and
I'm a pleaser.
and out him.
What can I say?
2 inches.
No,
Elaborate.
because I didn't say his name.
Yeah, say his
No, I
name.
would never say their names.
Who is it?
No one would know him anyway. He was a tree surgeon that I met one time.
A tree surgeon.
Name.
But to be fair, he was short. He had to scurry up the trees. So.
Name.
I ain't naming no names. My man would definitely watch this and he'd be like, why did you do that to me? He'd never leave the house again, bless him. Everyone be finding him on Instagram. Like,
what? So you pulled his pants down?
Yeah, I've said I've never rejected someone. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, it's so big.
And what did you do?
Just gave it a little suck. As much as you can, because you can't get your hand around there. You can't give it like full motion. You've just kind of got it's a no hand situation, because if you go to use a hand, it's taking up the whole length of the dick. I know that that's a relatable situation for women. In fact, one of my friends was with a boy for like a year and a half who had a really tiny dick, and she had to adapt different ways of fucking to suit this guy. Questionable that she stayed with him because there wasn't much to offer, but yeah.
What is there that a guy can do if they have a small willy though?
Just get good with your hands and get good with your tongue. Like, just you've got to use what you've got in life, or you can pay a shitload of money and get a penis enlargement.
Oh,
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
This again.
I've never seen, or one that I know of that's been enlarged. I'd love to see, out of curiosity, what an enlarged penis looks like, or what the process is.
So I got with a girl and she was telling me that she met a guy and his penis was really squidgy, yeah? It was fat like that, yeah? But really squidgy. Even when it was hard, it was squidgy.
I know what that is.
And then the bell end was really small.
Yeah, I know what that is.
What is that?
They get injections in the penis.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, so I made content with someone. I'm not going to name names, but he'll know who it is. But he had dick filler and it went wrong. And he turns up to the scene. No, I'm not going to name him because he's a nice guy. He'll know who he is.
Boring.
No, I can't. I feel bad, poor bloke. Although he did have it dissolved.
Yeah, say the name.
No, I'm not saying it.
Also say it into the mic.
I'm dabbing my chin because I spilled wine down it. Oh. No, I'm not naming his name, but he had dick filler, right? And it was squishy. The midsection. I don't understand why you would look at dick filler and think that that's a possibility or that would work, because it's like it moves. So as soon as it gets hard, the filler is going to displace and it's going to move to a certain section. Oh. So there was this fat section across the middle. I couldn't even sell the content anymore because his dick looked so bad. Like he was obviously embarrassed by it, but like, what can you do?
What? Did he have a normal size?
So he said that some guy offered to do it for him as a promotion because he wanted guys, to model the filler as they do with girls. Quite often they'll say, "Look, need a model for filler. I will do it cheaper." He was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll get dick filler," and it absolutely fucked his dick up.
Well, so what was it like? It
was just ugly. It was bent, like one side was bulging out to the other side. If I could describe it, looked like a sweet potato. But like a soft sweet potato, because the filler was soft, right? So even when he was hard, it made his dick still kind of like soft to look at. It wasn't flopping, but like it was hard but squishy and weird. Like just a weird fucking shape.
Was it really heavy?
It was actually quite heavy, yeah.
I can imagine it being
quite heavy. He didn't have a massive dick anyway, so like it wasn't adding that much weight on in the first place. But
now we know why he did it.
Honestly, I've been hit with some dicks in the face where if they hit you hard enough, you would get knocked out. Absolutely. 110%. Nice. The guy who I just shot with last week, you could get knocked out clean if you got hit in the temple.
Nice.
Clean.
Nice.
Mm.
That's definitely something I really want to know about,
Yeah.
Girth or length?
Girth or length? Girth.
Yeah.
But it's got to have girth. The girth. That's a hard question because the girth's got to be mixed with a decent enough length.
So
show us.
Like that? Yeah? Can you see that from your side?
Yes.
So I would call that what, a 2-inch diameter? 2 across? 2 across? 2 inch across?
You normally go circumference.
Yeah, but I would say if we had to go across...
The wine bowl, the top of the wine bowl, was that...
No, too wide, bit less wide than that.
The bottom.
Girth Master, who I filmed with, who's got the biggest white dick in the industry, he is literally that wide, if not bigger.
Well, and you took that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Some of my friends have taken him in their arse.
Well, that's honestly... That's
mental.
What an accomplishment.
Isn't
it? That's great.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Sorry, what?
What?
I can help you train if you want.
Yeah. How do you train?
You just get massive butt plugs and you just kind of like work your way up.
Wow.
Crazy.
I try and avoid anal as much as I can because I kind of want a pretty arsehole for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Don't want some prolapsing, weird-ass looking thing.
Yeah. What's the worst sexual experience you had?
Worst sexual experience? In what way? In the industry or just generally?
Yeah, just like shit.
We're not talking deeper. We're just talking like a bad.
Yeah, no more deep stuff, please.
Well, you asked for the bad sexual experience, so define.
Just like
you just mean like
awful, like awkward, and
I've had a lot of awkward encounters, but you don't really remember them that well, do you? Because you don't want to remember the awkward ones. I wouldn't say I've had anything that's like stand out horribly awkward.
No,
not horribly. No, like I style out most sexual situations, I would say. Yeah.
Well, I'd say the 2-inch willy is pretty bad.
But if you call that an awkward sexual situation, I still made the guy feel good about himself. I'm good at that.
Charitable.
Yeah, do you know what? But like, imagine, right? You know you've got a small dick. Someone's about to like suck it and you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to say something. And they say something nice to you. How good are you going to feel about yourself?
What did you say nice to him?
It's so big.
No, I would never lie to him and say it's so big because then he'd know that I'm lying to him.
Wow, it's so hard.
Just I can't wait to suck it. Like, just be nice to him, like... I'm like that you're enjoying it.
What do you think about if you have a 2-inch willy? Like what?
He probably feels horribly insecure every day.
I don't know, Santos, what do you think about?
I'm sad.
Deep sadness.
I don't.
Although it would be easy to wear like certain clothes and stuff because
yeah, my father's blessed, genetically.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Like,
did he pass the genes on?
You're blessed.
He didn't.
He didn't pass the genes on.
You're African from here.
Did you skip the genes?
African. That's far. I'm far from African.
Kenyan.
Mm.
Where's
No comment.
No, it's Africa.
Yeah,
it's Africa.
She'd know.
Not that I've been to Africa.
What's your body count?
I lost count.
What?
I wouldn't say it's actually not that high though, considering the
you did 9 in a day, so I mean.
Yeah, but it's not high considered to like what I've heard some people say. It's definitely 250 plus, but it's no higher than that.
That's not high then, is
no,
it?
No,
250
but that's what I mean. That's not high.
It's not that high.
For average.
Yeah.
She's 23, bruv.
So I've been actually shooting. So I've been
I
technically.
thought you mean.
Yeah, but I've been technically shooting porn for only a year and a half. Like, so my body count before that would have been all recreational on my own.
And what was that?
When did you lose your virginity?
14.
14.
To a boyfriend though.
How old was he?
Only 2 years older than me, so just turned 16, I think.
So you've been taking about on average about 2.5 dicks a month since you lost your virginity.
If you put that on average, but that sounds low on average.
So maybe your body count's higher.
Maybe it's higher.
Yeah.
Quite, like I said to you, I have
Go on, girl.
kind of lost count.
4, 5?
No, it's definitely not that high. I'm not even going to sit here and say that it's that high because it's just not that high. It could not possibly be that high. I would say it could be 320, 310 max.
Yeah.
That's not that high.
No, I don't think so
not
at all.
No.
That's what I mean. I'm not run through. Like, I'm really not run through. Like,
No, 300.
I fucking saw your face break when I said that.
300
Don't
isn't
you
run
fucking
through.
dare.
But
If it was 350.
Do you think
that that's run through?
Do you think that sleeping with 310 men at the age of 23 is a lot or little?
Yeah, it is a lot.
But in today's day and age, there's some crazy figures out there.
If I were
Crazy,
their
crazy,
age, I
crazy
probably would
figures.
have understood, but 320. 320 different men.
Yeah.
Well, not the same.
Well, all over the world, lots of different exotic specimens.
Wow.
What's your thoughts on that?
Hey?
What's your thoughts on that?
What's my...
Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's too much. Too many.
No, not paid. No, for
Really?
fun,
Well,
for my own fun,
You're saying it's too many.
for my own fun. Oh well, yeah, it's
What's
a lot.
average anyway?
What's average?
How old are you?
What's your body
23?
count?
My
Let's
body
turn the
Body
let's-
count.
let's-
What are these immature questions she's coming
Let's
out
flip the switch. Let's flip the switch.
Why is she asking us this?
Mine.
I thought
I
you
know,
were
God,
talking
who would even
about
ask that
fitness.
question?
15? What's yours?
Yeah, mine's like
I
12.
feel like that is straight up cap. That smells like cap. That stinks of cap.
What, 15 is quite high.
15.
Yeah.
That stinks of cap for someone like
he-
you.
if he
You're
had-
even smirking while you're looking at me
Any more than
saying
15,
it.
he'd be a whore.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I only have sex when I'm in a
So if
relationship.
you had sex with 16 people, you're a disgusting slut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Sorry.
a guy.
Guilty as charged.
No, as a guy. As a girl,
but as a
girl, you have to have like over 500 bodies.
In order
to be ranked.
I'll fuck another 250 and then I can
and then,
I can have the ultimate title.
Do episode 2.
And then and then do I get the ultimate title?
Yeah, in 2 years, 1 year's time, you come back.
What if I do it in half?
How quickly do you reckon you could fuck 250 guys?
Like that? I've got 3,000 people at my disposal who I could send a text message to right now and they would turn up.
To fuck you?
Yes.
How do you know it's 3,000?
Well, that's my sub count, and I can guarantee that every single one of my subscribers would most definitely at one click for free come and have sex with me. If they're already paying to watch other people fuck me, I can guarantee, unless they had a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, of course they would.
I don't think that would stop them.
Would you fuck someone with a wife?
Yes.
Have you?
Because that's not my situation. That's their situation.
If you were married to someone and your guy cheated on you, would you not be upset?
Absolutely devastated. But that's on him. Why are you looking at each other like, what's this bitch on about? Look, right, let me rephrase that. I would fuck someone who had a wife unknowingly. So if they approached me, which has happened to me in the past, and I'm sure many other girls, where someone will approach them, they won't tell them that they've got a wife, they will have sex with them, go on dates with them or whatever, and then you come to find out that they've got a wife. I've not done that knowing you have a wife. I would never fuck someone knowing they had a wife.
50k on the table.
50k on the table. No, I don't fuck for money, but 50k is a lot of money. So I would strongly consider it, yes. And I think anyone would be lying if they said to you that they wouldn't strongly consider that.
Rate yourself out of 10.
Solid 9.5, I think.
9.5.
Yeah, I think personality-wise, I've got a lot to offer. I think looks-wise, I have plenty to offer. I keep myself in shape. I keep myself hygienic. Yeah, I'd give myself a 9.5.
If you had a boyfriend, what would you offer them?
What would I offer them?
Yeah, what would you bring to the table?
Love. I'm very affectionate, very caring. I'm very what's the word for it? Almost in my relationships, I like to look after someone, you know?
How would you look after them?
Cook for them, do everything that they can't do while they're at work.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yeah.
What do you want from a man?
What do I want from a man? Simple love, really.
Simple
Just love for who I am, yeah.
All right, let's scrap these textbook answers, mate. Come on.
It's not textbook, though.
What do you want from a man?
What do I want from a man?
Yeah, like what do you
Good sex.
Yeah.
Money and a good life.
Do you not think if a guy could supply them, he would go for someone lower of a body count?
Yeah, maybe. But then there are a lot of people in this world who don't look at me for my body count and what I do for a living. They look at me as the person that I am and what I can offer them personally, you know?
Yeah.
Personally.
Personally.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, personally. Like I think everybody wants something different and I will be somebody's person at the end of the day.
What can you cook?
What can I cook?
Yeah.
Beans on toast.
I cook a very good pasta.
Pasta.
Anything pasta related.
What, boil it.
Boil pasta for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's what goes into the pasta, as in the
Weed?
sauce. No, never actually. I buy edibles, but I don't cook edibles. But no, just like making a good pasta sauce, cooking the chicken that goes in the pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you expecting me to say? Like, well, how creative does it get? Like, I don't eat fish. That's the thing. So fish pie and stuff like that is a no-go.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Yeah.
With your fish pies.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
Also, thank you for coming on.
Sure.
Any final words?
Ask me again.
Any final words?
No, I enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming.
I learned a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Never heard this before.
Make sure you like, subscribe and comment and do all them things there. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.